Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show, and today we're going to be talking about Battlefield 2042 because I have been playing the beta that has been available for about a day and a half or so. And honestly, we do have a few things we really need to talk about here. And if I'm completely honest with you, Battlefield 2042 is looking pretty rough. I managed to get some games in on both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. And to be honest with you, I really don't know what to think right now. And the reason why I say that is because about an hour after the beta officially launched, I decided to play on the PS5 version. And the first and second games I played on there were kind of rough. The frame rate felt really inconsistent. It felt as though it was hovering between like 50 and 60 FPS around there, and it was kind of jarring. It felt really strange. Then I ended up playing the Xbox Series X version after that, about a game or two. I can't quite remember. I think I might have left the second game early. And the frame rate was overall pretty solid. I didn't really have many frame rate drops at all. So automatically you'd assume that, oh, the PS5 version isn't as good as the Xbox Series X version. That's what I thought at first. But then I went back to play another game on the PS5 version, and the frame rate seemed to be about the same as the Xbox Series X version. So that was really weird. I think that maybe it was an early server issue of some sort that was making it feel really weird and choppy-ish. I really can't even say for sure, man. It's strange. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe someone would understand that better than I would. And if you're free to comment and let me know so I myself would know. But if it was just frame rate that was the issue, I can overlook that because they have time to work on that. But there is quite a lot of other issues as well. And to be honest with you, just making the excuse before the beta launches and saying that, oh, well, this is an early build of the game specifically for this beta, to me, that just isn't acceptable. I'm not a fool. I know how these things work when it comes to marketing. You know that people are going to see this stuff, so basically you're going to do some early damage control. And that's just how EA is, sadly. We got people running and climbing as though they're claymations and flashing black and white screens and all types of crazy stuff, man. Screen flickering that is honestly really, really painful on the eyes, especially for me since I am light sensitive to certain games, especially when they get really bright white and flashy. And honestly, it's not looking too good for this game. But it really just isn't the bugs and the frame rate drops and the weird shit going on. Honestly, this game's design just feels really off to me. It doesn't give me the same vibes as Battlefield 4. And what I mean by that is first impressions are the game feels really slow. The maps just feel too goddamn big. I'm running around what feels like forever just to end up getting murked. And it really sucks. Yeah, I know the whole get good scrub thing, but even so, man, it really just doesn't feel right. Personally, I love playing a standard infantry person. I love just running around and helping to shift the battle in just as one individual. I honestly don't like flying planes or jets. I don't really like driving cars or getting in tanks. I know I'm weird when it comes to Battlefield, but I love being the one infantry person that can make all the difference, that can do the healing, that can take over these objectives, that can do these things that are important for the overall goal of the particular game mode that we're involved in. And as that one person on a battlefield, I really don't feel like any of my contribution is truly important here. And that would make sense, I guess, in a way because there's 128 people. They've essentially doubled the amount of people on each team. But at the same time, it really doesn't feel like there's 128 people here. Everyone and everything just feels so goddamn spread out. Now, do I feel like this will be the entire experience of the whole game? Well, personally, I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because everybody playing the game so far just really doesn't know what the fuck that they're doing, if I'm completely honest. You have assholes playing healer, but they don't res you or do anything. They just are fighting. And it really does suck. One thing I really wish they would implement in this game was a crawl mechanic if you did fall in battle and you're waiting to be rezzed. so you can crawl to cover, because we're in a situation most of the time where you get downed and the healer that runs up to you gets downed as well, because you're right, like, you're not behind any cover at all. You're just out there in the middle of a plain sight to be an easy target if you are a healer. So they really should implement some sort of crawling feature to crawl to cover if you can. I feel like I was involved in so many Full Metal Jacket scenarios where I was basically on the floor waiting to be rezzed and being used as bait for other people to come and help me and get shot as well. I feel like towards the end of this beta, it will be a better experience, and I definitely will play towards the end to see if that experience does change with people learning the mechanics, I myself learning the mechanics better, and everyone around me playing more efficiently, as well as efficiently being able to scale this map. We definitely have to get adjusted to this game because it is definitely a change. It is definitely grander in scale from previous Battlefields that I've personally played. Or it could honestly just be that perhaps DICE bit off a little more than they can chew here. And it really does suck for me to have to consider that possibility, because I really do enjoy the Battlefield franchise. I was really hyped up for this game. You guys heard me in a video prior when I was talking about Battlefield and how I'm more interested in it than Call of Duty. I really am. So if this game doesn't pan out in a way that feels truly like good, it feels fun to play, then it's going to be really disappointing for me. And I really don't know where DICE would go from here in terms of me being a purchaser of their games, because I didn't buy Battlefield 5, but that was mostly because, well, they didn't really seem interested in talking about video games that were made to be representing the time period of World War II, because Battlefield 5 really didn't do a good job of that at all. I really did like the feature where you can change your gun's accessories on the fly. It did come in handy. Out of everything else, I really do prefer a red dot on my assault rifles slash general guns. However, when you're playing at a distance, you really do need to change to a scope, and it was really cool that I could change that on the fly. I didn't really find myself changing too much else, to be honest with you. But overall, it's really cool that they do offer those options for everyone to indulge in. The game overall looks pretty solid. It actually looks better than how I thought it would, to be honest with you, especially after seeing like some alpha footage and all that other stuff. I definitely tempered my expectations, and the way the game looks feels pretty good. One thing I really wasn't too keen on is the fact that each class is tied to a particular character, and they definitely try to make those characters look different from each other. And to be honest with you, the fact that you're trying to make them look different and stand out in their own weird way just makes it feel like a bunch of the same characters are on the field, as opposed to Battlefield 4, for example, where everyone was just a standard run of the mill soldier, and because of that, I didn't really see them as a character in that way. But now with Battlefield 5, I end up seeing the same character that I'm accustomed to seeing every time. It just looks so weird to me. Why do I have to play as grandma if I want to play as a medic? That is the last thing I'm expecting to do when I am playing Battlefield, is play as a grandma. I mean, it works for other games that are meant to not be taken so seriously, but we're playing a war simulator and that's relatively taken seriously. And the fact that I'm playing as grandma as a medic, I don't really care for that too much. And they could have easily given us the ability to make our own custom characters with the customization list, but I feel as though they're trying to copy Call of Duty with selling us different new characters and different new skins and all that shit. And I really don't care for that. Battlefield, in a way, kind of feels like they want to copy the Call of Duty model, and I really don't get behind that. It does feel a bit disappointing in that way, especially when you're looking at the game in a bare bones perspective with no added content that they're intending to sell to you in it. Basically, what I'm saying, it really just doesn't leave a very good first impression, in my opinion. And I'm kind of upset that I've played about 8 or so games and I hadn't encountered a single tornado yet. And like, what is going on here? I want to see the cool shit. Like, do I have to play 20 matches before I get lucky and actually encounter a tornado? I'm not expecting it every game, of course, but kind of sucks that I played that long and I didn't manage to actually see one yet. However, I did watch the missile thing explode, which was pretty crazy. Mind you, that massive explosion did kind of make the frame rate drop a little bit. And to be honest with you, also, the frame rate did drop when it was raining. However, that was one time, whereas another time it didn't drop at all. So this game is just really inconsistent. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to be playing some more, and I will definitely be discussing more of this in the future. These are overall just my first impressions of this game. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for a little bit more. I was hoping to be more wowed than I was. Honestly, I don't know what to think of the game. I really don't. I'm definitely going to be playing some more because I want to get a better feel of what is going on, and I want to see how everyone that is involved in the beta does improve over time when we do get accustomed to how the game is played. But sometimes, man, when you get into gunfights, it does remind you of old school Battlefield. I'll definitely say that. But I don't know, it just feels really weird. It just feels like getting into those points in this game are too few and far between. And I really just want to be involved in more gunfights. I feel like it'd be crazy if I just end up playing TDM on Battlefield the whole time that I own this game. I feel like maybe at this point that is what's going to happen. I hope not. I hope I'm encouraged to play Conquest. I'm encouraged to play other game modes. But yeah, with the fact that Battlefield 2042 isn't featuring a campaign for the multiplayer to not be wowing is definitely not good. I hope that this picks up. I hope that DICE really gets the handle on a lot of these issues, especially by the time of launch. But unfortunately, Battlefield just doesn't have the best track record when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, guys, this has been my very first thoughts on the Battlefield 2042 beta. I really thank you for listening in. If you can, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow me over on Twitter if you want to keep on with the conversation. I will definitely be playing more of the game. I do hope things change. I really didn't want to have to make a video like this. I wanted to be excited. But man, I'll talk to you guys soon. And with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.